Hey guys, welcome to my guide on how to unlock Nightbane in Killars here in patch 7.1, as well as how to kill him. This is the first run I've done personally, and I'm on my ult monk. The group had a tank who knew exactly what he was doing, so that helped a lot in completing this run. It shouldn't take you forever to figure this out, but the timers are pretty lean. But within a few tries of resetting and redoing it again, you should be able to get it down. In general, the strategy for this is to make sure you get the crystals that you did for the initial quest that you got in here. But you have to get them in a specific order and in a specific amount of time. Some of these crystals you need to kill bosses for. You'll see here exactly our pathway and which way you go to obtain these crystals, and you'll see a timer after you click the first one. Now the first timer actually does start as soon as you open that door to Killars, not the gate to zone in, but the door that you click on after you're already inside the dungeon. As soon as you click on that door, a 5-minute timer will begin that is hidden. And you'll see the actual timer you have after you click the first crystal, which is right here after the first boss in the opera event. Again, the timer is pretty lean, but at the same time, if you have a group that knows what they're doing, you don't necessarily have to have a crazy group in terms of composition and AoE damage, but having stuns and good burst damage, a good burst AoE does help indeed. But yeah, the first crystal comes after Opera. The second one will be from the Spider Cave, if you will. Third one being from Moros. And then the final one being from Curator. And you will have to kill the Opera event, Moros, and Curator to obtain these. I don't include the kills in this video. You'll see part of the kill video, or kills of each boss, but I'm not going to include the entire thing. But yeah, you got to get through this pretty quickly. Make sure your group has full flasks. Get some cheap potions. They definitely help a ton, especially on trash. They last a minute. Chain pop those, and you should have a pretty easy time of it. I'll explain more as the video goes on. Bye, monkey.
True shot on cooldown. Fuck.
Lost on cooldown.
We all deserve a chance to fly. Hey, do you really think the wizard will degreenify me? Of course, dear. Though that old frock of yours. Oh, look. Some new friends have come to pay us a visit. I don't have any friends. Well, apart from you, Galintra. If you're my friend, you'll make the Hosen get rid of these interlopers. Then we're together. We're unlimited. Follow my lead, and you'll be popular.
Alright, moving. Don't blow all your stuns here.
I'm not even use mine.
Just cut.
We cap yet?
Just dragging them back. Kill me. Watch yourself, melee. Alright, wait for me to get these together, and then we'll get a stun.
I got mine up yet.
Pre-pot. Stun. Stun out. Torrenting. Out.
You guys can see the first crystal is here. This will begin our 5-minute timer. You'll see it pop up in my buffs.
Turn.
Got him. Disarmed.
After this, you'll you'll obviously see a timer, and every one of these crystals will give you a 5-minute buff, and it will add on to each other. So it is pretty lenient if you you don't mess up in between. You start getting way ahead of it. I think.
Oh, rip you.
Oops, I just died. I think we ended up having 12 minutes after killing. After getting the third crystal.
Talking about Skada, I looked at Skada. I was staring at Skada. Stood in a flame.
You see the buff I just got there.
Yeah, I'm doing that game with them right now. We'll do it out.
Most of this trash is
One-shotted.
fairly easy. Interrupting cast with Arcane Torrent, with Weasel Leg Sweep, and Elemental Stun, or sorry, the Enhanced Shaman Stun, and the Hunter Stun. It works out pretty good. Having 3 stuns in a group is pretty OP.
And again.
Turning away from these mobs and using a personal cooldown is very strong as well.
Yeah, 2 more. Kill these guys separately.
We actually did bigger pulls when we initially did these runs. You just don't need to.
Can be line of sighted.
So we're kind of pulling kind of lean here.
Turn.
Where am I get it? Jeez. Good cap, good.
Torrent it.
Let's turn it off this guy.
The fuck? Just killed. Fuck that.
We did wipe here one time in this particular portion because we had a mind-controlled hunter. So I forget which one of these mobs do it, but they do mind control. So that's definitely something you have to watch out for, because that can just, if you pull too much, which we definitely pulled a lot more the first time, then one of your stun players, your players with a stun ability can just wipe your whole group here. Definitely want to be more careful than, you definitely can be more careful than we were in our first runs, but this one we were a lot better at, But anyway, we're here to the second crystals over here. So I think you can see it on the mini map.
Torrent it.
Should we head out?
Yeah, we're going down to animal quarters.
There it is, our second crystal. You can just see the buff got extended, not just an additional 5 minutes, or rather, an actual additional 5 minutes, and not just a reset of the 5-minute buff.
Oh,
maybe it's so it's 9 minutes right now? Wow. Yeah, we have 9 minutes on the timer, so we did that one pretty quickly. We didn't have to kill a boss, so it was really easy to get through that
The only
room.
one that's like timer specific, like hidden timer, is the first one.
I would say the only one that's actually difficult to get to is probably get to Curator and kill him, because that boss can actually be somewhat difficult for some groups. Definitely a lot of damage, not a lot of room for error, and you have to clear a bit of trash and then kill him. But yeah, this one particularly doesn't need a boss to be killed, the second crystal and the third crystal as well. So this trash does do a frontal cone, not the big spiders but the little ones. That is quite lethal, so you want to have your tank definitely face those away from the group. Try to avoid them at all costs. They do spawn from touching the webs as well. And have your melee nowhere near the front of these mobs. And these are the mobs right here, the ones that have the web spray. They can also global your tank if you're not careful. Make sure you use a cooldown or interrupt some of them so you can stagger the web spray.
It was through AMS too.
I think I said earlier in the intro to this video that there was 4 crystals. There actually are 5. I miscounted there. So there was the first one off the opera event, second one we got from the trash after opera, and now we're about to get our third one here in the spider cave. And then the fourth one will be after we kill Moros. There's one right behind where he is. And the fifth one is actually after Curator.
Holy shit.
So these, the second and third one are very quick and easy to get. You can see the path my tank took here to get the crystal, doesn't spawn any spiders. And after he clicks on it, we'll have our timeout pretty high there.
Oh, I guess that's the only route you can take.
No, you can go through. It just spawns spiders.
Yeah, you can. We're gonna backtrack and actually pretty cool that you can jump over the edge. You'll see here in a little bit and do Moros. How are we doing Moros?
Just face fucking him.
Cleave everything.
Prio the ads or?
Just face fuck everything.
I'm not gonna target Moros because that motherfucker will just pour it.
Yeah, he gets buffed by the ads. I'm gonna.
If
If
you,
you don't
miss
kill
a
him.
kick. If you miss a kick.
So yeah.
Whatever killer's on, just tell me what you're on.
Empower arms is the kick.
Try to not. That's the far right one. I think it does the camera.
Yeah. I'm just gonna fucking mass
Jump
grip
over the
on
railing, or
the.
do we have to kill these?
Yes. You can jump over to the railing. But just wait.
So we're gonna jump over this ledge here. Do this trash really quick. And you can see I'm pointing on the crystal right there.
Pre-pot.
So again, the timer's really lenient here. After those, the second and third crystals just give you a huge boost, and the timer for this. I don't know what the best strategy is in terms of you guys can put it amongst yourself for your group comp. Moros, you can crowd control the ads and you can kill them, the ads one by one. We, as you'll see, elected not to do that. I'm not going to show you the whole kill video, but I'll show you guys up until we have killed all the ads. We have a very good cleave group. So, and again, we've done this before, so we know how exactly to do this. So we pull all the mobs together and just cleave them. It's not that difficult, but for a lesser geared group or lesser cleave group, I guess you can say, you might want to crowd control this and do this fight in a more conventional way. But you'll see here we just cleave them down, so we kill the boss really quickly and have a pretty high timer. What do you call it? Cast? Is it?
Alright. Pre-pot.
Darius, I think Darius.
Pulling.
May we see your invitation?
You got it all. That's whatever. Sack.
So we missed a kick there on the mob I was targeting, I believe. And it gives the boss a huge damage increase, I think 100%, and also an attack speed increase. So you definitely want to get that interrupt on that mob. You can look it up in Den Journal if I'm mistaken. Anyway, we saw us kill the ads there, and then we took down the boss. I didn't have the entire boss kill there, but it went pretty smoothly. We didn't move anywhere. We just DPS'd down. Everyone stacked up. It was pretty simple. So we just got that crystal behind Moros. Now we have to do this trash right here. I'm sorry, we don't do this trash. I lied. We just died to this trash. Anyway, so we died this trash and we'll spawn at the beginning of the instance where we initially zoned in here. There goes the door. We're going to do a little trash here and go up the tower to where the curator will be. And I don't know how or why, but there's definitely a bug in this room where you can pull trash through the wall. And you'll see we're fighting 2 ghosts, and we're going to have some friends come. Got some babies on us somehow. Not a big deal. If we would have wiped here, we have the zone in right there. Would have been a minor issue. Especially without timer, but in other groups definitely want to be careful if your timer's not that high to be very careful not pull those through the wall there.
Yeah.
Okay, they're all gone. Just start yelling at these as I run up.
I think a red book is for the tanks. It's like a last thing.
I forgot we could do both. To cheese Nightbane.
Probably guys, I'll kick that. Alright.
Were you fisting?
Yeah, a little bit.
Get fucked.
That's pretty much how I felt. We're next in the cast and I'm fisting, I'm not gonna cancel it. Jesus fucking Christ. I remember that being so gay.
Let me see something real quick.
I'm not gonna have a list. Oh no.
The menagerie is for
Eradicate! Eradicate!
Fuck, dude. No, like, title for him.
I didn't get in combat with it. Is that
Doesn't really
reset?
set.
No.
I was checking if it did.
Alright, our group just learned something in this, the time we did this time, that we can just keep resetting more, Curator. It makes this trash pretty simple and easy, just a chain pull. We don't have to worry about Curator spawning on top of us and wasting small amounts of time relatively, but this trash is really easy.
Okay, Swift.
But a little bit annoying when Curator gets in the way, but
You there, bud?
you can just kite him out of the room, reset him while you're killing
Maybe
trash,
your
not a
hands
big
on
deal.
this.
So that's a little tip, a helpful tip.
Good job.
So normally we just wait here and wait for him to pat back, but we just pull him
Oopsies.
and the trash, and then he'll reset, the trash will stay. So it's kind of nice. Oh, Karma, you bitch.
I can't find it, and if I upload everything, it'd be way too big.
Alright, pre-pot.
the menagerie.
Again, I'm not gonna show you the whole boss encounter. Our time is still has a lot of time on it, but we take down Curator pretty easily. No wipes, but definitely have your if you've never done Curator before, you probably might wipe. I don't know. It depends on I guess how many range you have and how good you are at killing ads, but definitely want to have a range dedicated to killing Zeds or two, and swap back to the boss and then burn all your cooldowns during the damage increase period of the fight. But that is it. Now we have a timer. As you can see, the buff on top of my screen, it just hovered over.
We gotta run down there.
We have to run down and actually talk to Medivh. And you have 5 minutes to get down there and do that. But if you can't do that, as my group says,
No
you know,
hope.
you shouldn't be here at all.
Oh, this cost is 8.
What's that? Which one's?
Now I'm doing the one for the 860 run.
Hey,
Yeah.
Scrub, what's the fastest run you've done with Medivh's buff? How far away are we?
I don't know.
We keep track of that, dude.
We're the best, right?
All I know, dude, is my monk is smoking shit, dude.
Yeah. Ganja?
Smoking it, dude. I'm averaging 706. So we just got the achievement
Alright,
for activating it. So that's all you have to do. Run down here and activate it.
Hugging, he's gonna send
And,
fireballs at range. You're gonna want to now block off the entire path. You can come back
Yeah,
and
just
fill in
listen to
later.
my tank here. Explain
Their
the fight a little bit.
kicks. So Killars is first, Abso is second. Do not miss your kicks. There is a debuff TO that will get put on people. It's going to do dot damage to them. And it's gonna do dot damage to them, and you want to wait a bit to dispel it because it spawns ads based on how long it's there. So if you can just heal through it, that's fine. Until they get to 0 ads. The main thing about this phase is you're going to get a buff on you, and it's going to basically you have to take damage. You need your current health down to like 20 to 30% because it's going to do that damage to the rest of us. So you just go stand and fire. Don't heal them, Tio. I'll try and call out who it's on. Then at 50% he transitions. All it is a burn on an ad. We need to kill him as quick as possible because there's a stacking debuff that stays with us the rest of the fight. And then we resume. It's phase 1, but he just does a fear intermittently.
I will not be bullied by this display of insolence. I'll leave Karazhan when it suits me.
Scrub, do you actually have to kill the bosses to do this thing?
Yes.
We got lost.
So RP. Pretty straightforward fight if you didn't hear my tank. There's fire that goes to the ground, you have to avoid it. There's a buff you get. The way the buff works that I understand is you have to fall below 30% HP before you get healed, or I believe it spawns ads. I think that's how that buff works. And then you get also a debuff. Wait, no, the debuff is the one that spawns the ads. Sorry, the buff I think is the one. The buff you get, you have to take damage below 30%, then you can get healed back up. The debuff does damage to you, and the earlier you dispel it, the more ads spawn. So you don't want to dispel a debuff if you don't have to. Like using karma or using any sort of personal cooldown to avoid the damage would be advantageous. The boss does have a tail whip from what I understand, and a frontal cleave like the old Nightbane.
He's gonna drop fire now.
Yeah, I'll just let you guys watch me die to not understanding something. Fucking Fist of Fury, my cock.
Ignite Soul, K-Swiss, go into the fire, go into the fire, go into the fire. Don't heal.
Fuck.
Yeah, he's fine. Once that debuff falls.
I could get again, but it seems like a long cast time.
K-Swiss again. Get in the fire, K-Swiss. Alright, come over here. Second pot, lust.
This is probably the most important part of the encounter. As DPS, you want to kill this ad very quickly. I didn't save any cooldowns for this, and it wound up not being a big deal, but we did do some pretty big deeps here. We had a second pot and Bloodlust, so that definitely helped us kill it even faster, but I probably could have saved cooldowns to kill this a little more faster.
Theo, that's just an absorb one. Kill these ads, we're making a big...
I'm not sure if it's a big deal, but I think if you don't have enough damage to kill that ad or kill the boss in time, you might run out of room. But we didn't have any struggles, so I'm not sure on that. He does the fear as per usual.
Killers, go jump in the fire.
So I was told to go jump in the fire. I thought I was gonna dip to 30% and get healed, but I stood in too long, and I went boom. That's on me. First time here, boys. First time here, boys. Got the reds, and we're good to go. So we're gonna kill this boss here pretty easily. Take him down. He does drop some very nice chests and relics for most class and specs. I wish you guys the best of luck in getting them out. One, I think, drops every time for your group, so good luck on your personal loot. Have fun, guys.